Hello and welcome to another Verbling class. Tonight's class, we're going to have a discussion about the high price of pharmaceutical drugs. Imagine that one day you're on a prescription, and this is a prescription that you need, and the pills cost anywhere from, 10 cents to 50 cents a pill. Then you go to get a refill, and now you find out it's going to cost you $750. Most of us would not be able to pay that. But this is a trend that's been happening in the last couple of months or last years, where companies are buying up rights to old drugs that are cheap and charging exorbitant fees for them. We'll start the conversation once students arrive in the class. Hello, Renee.
Hello,
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing well. Where are you from?
I'm from Taiwan.
Oh, good morning then.
Good morning. Yeah.
And that's a long way away.
Yeah.
Have you ever been to North America?
Yes. Yeah. I've been to Northwest and hmm?
So like Vancouver?
Like Washington and California, and I also been to East Coast.
Okay,
Like,
so that
yeah.
was pretty close to Vancouver.
Yeah.
All right, excellent. Well, I am from Toronto,
Uh-huh.
close enough to Toronto, and we're going to be having a discussion today.
Toronto.
Yeah, Toronto. We're going to be having a discussion about drug prices, pharmaceutical drug prices.
Okay.
Okay, and it's going to be an interesting discussion. I'm not going to say too much because I want you guys to all watch it before we have a discussion. Raphael, welcome back. It's good to have you back.
Hello, Simon. Me too.
And you already know what we're going to be talking about, so I'm going to get my link ready. And Amp, welcome back.
Thank you.
How have you been?
Doing well, thank you. What about you?
Good, good. Did you have a chance to download the video?
Yes,
Good.
I
Excellent.
did it.
And Francisco, hello, Francisco.
Hi, teacher. How are you?
I'm good, thanks, Francisco. So what I would like all of you guys to do now, I've given you a link in the chat, and I want you guys to click on the link. I don't want you to start watching or downloading the video yet. And I don't want you to download the video because it'll take time. I suggest if you just click on the video, it'll start playing, but wait, before you do that, I want to make sure everybody's got it available and are able to watch it. Asma, if you want to click on the link I just put in the chat.
Thank you, teacher.
You're welcome. Raphael, can you see the link?
Yes, yes. Yeah.
Good. Renee, have you got access to the link? Is it working for you?
Yes.
Excellent. Francisco, do you have the link up and running?
Yeah, teacher.
Good. Amp, the link's working for you? Oh, you've downloaded it, so you're good.
Yes, I did it.
And Asma, are you ready to go?
Yes, teacher.
Okay, everybody, let's go ahead and watch the link. It's about, I think it's a couple of minutes long, and then we'll have a discussion once it's over. All right, guys, you should be coming to the end of the video now. And what I would like to do is have a bit of a discussion. So I asked you guys to pay attention to the basic questions we would normally ask. You know, what is this about? Who are key players here? Why is this a concern? Where is it happening, and how is it happening, and what are some of the concerns being expressed in the video? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to start off by giving each of you just a single minute, and I want you to tell me one key point that or observation from the video that you noticed. So Raphael, I'll start with you. What was one of your observations?
That was from a point of view, once in a responsible rise on the price of the medicine, since they raised the price of the pill from $13.50 to $700, so it's quite something unaffordable for several people who can't buy this medicine, can buy this pill. So they need to because of the treatment. So something, from my point of view, it's a disrespectful way of dealing with things, dealing with health of people, I think.
Yeah, it is a huge jump in price. Thank you, Raphael. Rennie, what's a key observation you garnered from the video?
Because I just had some technical problems, so I haven't finished that video yet. But I guess it's talking about some price, the drug price going down, going up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I'm still working on it.
Okay, but then I'll move on then. Francisco, what's a key observation you garnered from the video? What did you learn?
Well, this is a sad news, teacher, because, well, this medication is soaring a lot, costing from $13.15 to $750. I think this is irresponsible. So a lot of people are not going to reach this medication because it's too expensive. So this stock shareholder maybe it's taking some I don't know, maybe it's abusing from people because this disease is only controlled by this pill. So I think this is a shame.
All right, thank you very much. Asma, what do you think? What's an observation you have of the video?
I understand that they raised the price, but the price of drugs, teacher? They said drugs, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and it's a corporate, but it's a free corporate. If I didn't understand very well, because he said that it's it's organization and non-profit organization, that they his excuse that yeah, because it's organization, but they have to find money, so that's why they raise prices. I don't know if I heard something like this.
Well, you know what? His company is very much in the business of making money.
Mm-hmm.
However, he says they're not currently making money. So I don't necessarily disbelieve that, but I'll keep my comments to myself for now. Amp, what are your observations of this video?
Well, this guy must be too greedy in order to increase the price from $30.50 to $700 and more. If you want to invest to improve the a medication that it was already invented well, you don't have to invest a lot. And if the previous CEO had the price, the 1350, I don't think that they are wasting money. The problem is that he had studied that there are a lot of benefit that he can get if he increase the medication, because there are a big group of patients that need this medication and nobody else produce it. So he's greedy, doesn't have a limits, and he said at the end that he is not going to change the price. I don't know if there exists any law regulations in the US that can ban and lab
No,
and
they
then
can,
control the prices.
no, they can charge whatever they like. What I found
Yeah.
interesting is he was talking about another drug, and he says, this actually cures you. So once you're done, that's it. It's only cost $50,000. Now I don't know what planet he's from, but for the average family, coughing up $50,000 is not easy.
Not possible. Yeah.
No, it is very difficult. These are payments that you would have to arrange for another mortgage or so to be able to pay for it. So I take drugs. I have prescriptions, and very rarely do I come across a pill that costs anything more than $1. And I'm talking about the total price. So yes, I have benefits that help cover the cost, but when I look at the cost, it might be $30 for 60 pills, for example, at 50 cents a pill. I've never seen anything that costs tens or hundreds of dollars for a pill. So it's interesting what he's saying. He's not going to change it. He doesn't feel bad about it. He's there to make money, and there you go. So what I want to do now is I want to have a bit of a debate with you guys. I'm going to pair you off, as I normally do, and I want you to talk to each other about this. And what I'd really like you guys to do is to actually debate each other. If one of you thinks that this is not right, well, I want the other person to challenge you to say, well, why isn't it right? Why shouldn't they be able to do this? There's nothing criminal about this, all right? So let's create a bit of a debate in our conversation here. Now, because of the nature of the topic, I'm going to give you guys 5 minutes of talk time between you. Be very careful. I don't want any one of you taking all this talk time. Share it out amongst each other. Try to keep it to about 10 or 15 seconds of talk time each and go back and forth. First up is Raphael and Renee. Go ahead, please. You've got 5 minutes. You might want to start off with some small talk. You've got 4 minutes and 40 seconds left. I suggest somebody start talking.
You mean talk about drugs?
Well, you know what? I'm going to skip you guys for a sec because you guys aren't talking. I'm going to start with Amp and Asma. So Amp and Asma, I'm going to reset the timer to 5 minutes. And ladies, go ahead. You might want to start with some introductions. Go ahead, please.
Hi, Asma.
Hi, Amp. How are you?
I'm doing well, thank you. What about you?
Yeah, I'm good, thank you.
Yes, have you heard about this case before, or this is the first time that you know
No,
about
yeah,
this?
this is my first time that I have heard this
Yeah.
kind of excuses and.
Yeah. What do you think about this? Do you think that it would be possible in your country, for example, to increase the price of a drug from one price to another, from one day to the next?
Well, it's very difficult question because I don't think that I am professional to about what happened behind, because I heard maybe it's some rumors that especially medicine are controlled by a big or multinational companies, so maybe they can um, control the prices, or they play with the prices, means making prices down or up. So yeah, I think that that big companies or international companies are the uh, are the are who control the prices. And what are your thoughts?
Well, I don't think so. That they can control the market. Yeah, they have to just follow the rules and the laws in every country, and that is an example that there are many differences in prices in between one country and another, and it's the same substances. And for example, in my
Mm,
country, there is no many companies that produce the drugs here. So most of them are imported, but and there are some labs that are from my nation, but they produce the similar, and it always there are just a little less expensive than the famous brands.
yes, you have hit the nail on the head when you said that it's very in that your country import the medicine. So
Yeah.
that that's why I'm not sure that the other companies, the big companies or the international companies, don't have role to control the prices.
No, look at the example in the screen. The same drug have different prices in different countries, and
Mm,
who regulate that? That is the problem. Probably
yeah, but
because
what
of,
are they, this country? Sweden, United Kingdom, Canada, United States. So I
yeah,
think that all those countries are has this industry, you know. So not,
yeah,
for
and
example,
why the
like
difference
in
of prices? It's a big difference in between the prices in Sweden and United Kingdom or Canada in relation with the United States.
mhm. Yeah. So you want to talk about United States? Yeah, maybe it's a different case. Then we can talk about laws, as you said.
Yeah,
Mm,
probably
yes.
probably who regulate the prices are just are part of the same industries. Most of them must be uh, probably they have a part of the shares of this market, and that is why they permit the increase of prices in that way.
Yeah, but it's very interesting. Why America, or why in the US the prices is very high for the same medicine? It's really very
And that
it needs
anybody that,
to
yeah,
be answered.
yeah, and you know that they are so industrialized that the other countries, so it's not because they are less industrialized, it's just because they are interested there. I think that maybe they have part of the shares of these companies, that is why they permitted the increase
Mm,
in prices.
All right, guys, thank
mm-hmm.
you very much. Your 5 minutes are up. Next, I'm going to turn it over to Francisco and Renee. And I want you guys to carry on the same type of conversation. I want you guys to disagree with each other on the topic of drugs. And here are some key concerns that I think would be great for your discussion. The ability for drug companies to raise the price of drugs by such a huge margin, the cost to develop drugs, and the cost to society for making drugs so expensive. Francisco and Renee, go ahead, please. You guys might want to start off with some introductions. It's a small talk before you get right into the conversation. Your time starts now.
Okay.
Hi, Rene.
Hi, Francisco.
Hi, Rene. What do you think about, well, first, well, I'm going to be against, I'm going to be the Grinch here. Okay, First, our company is going to increase medications. I don't know, maybe to 200%. How do you think about this?
Um, you mean, sorry, what did you say?
Well, talking about video, about the increasing, the high increasing or soaring of the medication. What do you think about this? Do you think this is fair for people?
Yeah, I think it's not a good thing to happen.
Okay. Well, in this case, I'm going to be the stakeholder, the I'm going to be the guy who owns the company. Okay, right? Because we have to be against.
Oh,
Okay.
right.
First, Renee, I think it's very expensive to develop new medication, new drugs. So we are sorting this medication to 100%. I don't know. How do you think?
You mean you're gonna raise the price to how many?
200%.
Oh, I think that's not a good decision.
Well, this increasing is going to be the first year. Then the second year is going to be at 2000%.
So why do you raise the price?
Well, because we have to pay a lot to scientifics, to people who develops this kind of medication. So I think our company, well, our company started last year, and I have to bought this company. And right now we have a team of 40 guys. Some of them are scientifics, some of them are doctors. I need to pay high salaries, and I need to pay, well, I need to make a profit from this. So I'm trying to increase this kind of medication. So how I tell you, the first year this is going to increase just 200%. I think it's cheaper than other medications. But in the second year, this is going to increase at 2000%. So because I'm a stock shareholder, so I need I need to increase my shares on New York.
Um, but I think the patient who need those drugs, they are not gonna afford this high price. So I think is there any way to cost down your company to try to you can save money somewhere else instead of raising your price of drugs?
Well, it's not possible because, well, like I told you, I had to pay a lot of money to people who develop this kind of medications. So my thing here is that my medication, my pills are cheaper than other kind of remedies. Or
So you think
medication.
you are cheaper than other company?
Yeah, for example, this is, well, my medication is cheaper than other when you're attending other kind of diseases like cancer or AIDS. In that case, they're, well, my medication is cheaper than those other.
Um, but I what I observe here is not like that. I thought your price is higher than others, so I don't think the people would afford can be affordable by this price.
Yes, unfortunately, I have to pay a lot, so I don't care in this case. So I
All
don't care.
right. All right, then maybe people can just choose other company.
Yeah.
Thank you, guys. Raphael, are you
Thank you.
there?
Yes.
Yes. All right, it's you and me.
Okay.
So let's do a bit of role playing, Raphael. Do you want to be the evil drug company, or do you want to be the person who can't afford to buy the drugs?
The person, I think.
Okay. So let's imagine that we're on that TV show and we're being interviewed, or we're having a discussion. So I'll start off. You know, when we bought this company, we knew that it wasn't making money, and we knew we needed to turn things around. We saw that there were a couple of drugs that had a wide enough audience that we could raise the price on these, and we could become profitable within a few years. So that's what we set out to do, and that will provide us with more revenue that we can actually spend money on research and development to actually further the drugs.
Yes, but don't you think that this is too huge for to such a to increase in a single increase? Don't you think it's a huge increase on the price of the medicine of the because
Sure, it's a very large increase.
don't you think this will harm too many families who need this medicine for living?
Well, don't you think it would harm more families if our company went out of business and the drug wasn't available anymore?
Why don't you ask for help from the government, maybe for something to subsidize your research? I think
The U.S. government isn't going to give us any money. This is a free market economy, and if we can't survive on our own merits, then we will go under. The U.S. government is not in the business of bailing out pharmaceutical companies.
But don't you? Why don't you have made any research prior to start developing this medicine? Don't you think this could be predicted prior to having so much expenses in what regards to the production?
Well, in the 1980s, it cost about $300 million to actually take a drug from research and take it to production. Today, it takes about $1.2 billion to take a drug from the from the beginning to production. It is not cheap. We need revenue, and like I said, there's no other source to get that money than through the products we sell. And since people have to buy it, there is a revenue source to us.
But what have you done all this time? And I mean, you really stopped researching new improvements for your medicine. Why do you have to do this now so suddenly?
Well, no, actually, we have started research and development into the drug. We bought this company about 2 years ago, and as soon as we bought the company, we started a roadmap on where we wanted to take the medication. We started development on it. And at the same time, our CFO planned our fiscal management over the next couple of years, looking at what we have in our what products we have, what assets we have, and how we can maximize those. And this is one of those drugs where we realized we could raise the price, and that would provide us with sufficient funding to keep the company going and to provide revenue for further research and development.
So what we're supposed to do if there is another company who offers the same medicine for a cheaper price? I don't know.
Well, then you know, we have intellectual property on this drug. There is a patent on it, and then we turn that over to our lawyers.
I don't want to say the same medicine, but another medicine with the same results, I think.
Well, you know, that's the benefits of a free market economy. If another company can go out there and develop something similar, well, that's great, and that's part of that. That's certainly a possibility, but right now there is no other substitute.
I see. And about the image of your company, don't you think it would affect your your responsibility, or
We don't care about that.
okay?
So yes, I was playing a bit of a hard nose there, but that's okay. I want you guys to learn. I want you to have a bit of fun as well. So we've got enough time for another round. Again, I'm going to give you guys 5 minutes apiece. I want you guys to role play a little bit because I think that'll, and you can either play the good guy or the bad guy in this situation. Now, when this news story broke a little while ago here in Canada, I don't know if it was the same drug or a similar drug, but there was no research and development. They raised the price because they could. So this is happening. It is a trend. Companies are buying up drugs that have been around for decades that there isn't a lot of money in them. There isn't any competition. They're buying up the rights to a country or a continent, and they're jacking up the price. It's good business. We can make lots of money and we can be rich. Isn't that a great idea? Well, I want AMP and Asma, sorry, I'm losing my voice here, Asma, to discuss this. AMP and Asma, you have 5 minutes. Go ahead, please.
Asma, are you the owner or the interviewer?
Okay, no problem.
What are you
The
going
owner.
to the
Okay.
owner? Okay. Okay. So
But
why
don't embarrass me a lot.
why do you decide to increase the price so high?
Well, as you know that the production of any industrial material is or the cost of producing any product is going up. So I think that the international prices are going up. So that's why our company will follow this. We are living in this international atmosphere, and we are part of this atmosphere. So that's why we increase our prices.
But this is not a new product. You have been able to produce this drug for
Yes,
less
it's
money.
not. Yeah.
Yeah, and then the cost cannot increase from one night to the next day in that way. It's impossible.
No, as you
You
know,
have not
because
changed the ingredients.
yes, I understand your point, but maybe you don't have idea that we change the staff, we change our doctors, our researchers. You know, we want to improve. We have started a lot of things, so
Yeah.
that's why we spend a lot of money, and that's why we have
Yes,
to increase
maybe I
our prices.
can understand that, but it's not a justification. Do you have more products in your lab? It's not the only product that you have, but
Absolutely.
this is yes, this is the main product that you sell. So why don't you, if you are paying for more, you are paying more money for your staff, why don't you distribute the expenses in the other, you don't charge a little more in the other pills too?
Mhm.
Why
Well,
not?
because this product is very important and it's very expensive. And why is very expensive? Because also the disease is very sensitive. You know, for example, for the cancer, the medicine or to be healed by using this product is not very easy to find or to produce this medicine. So it depends also on the disease. You know, you means you have to keep in your mind that it's not very it's not a simple medicine. No, it's we follow high standard in producing these product. So that's why I can't spend a lot of money in other who just remove the disease. But this one, yeah, it contributes to fight the disease. You understand?
Yeah, but this formula hasn't been changed yet. So you are using the same formula that have been working with the patients, and it have been good for them. Why don't you have this formula, and then if you are paying for a new research, well, invent another product, and it's the patient who has the decision if going to pay more for a similar formula or stay with the same formula that you have at the beginning. But
Mm.
why are you going to charge at the same formula that you have already researched at this big amount of money? It doesn't have any sense. Just once that you are greedy and you want to get benefit and revenues from people, just the one day to the other, to get back the money that you pay for the company.
Mhm. The way I see it, it's not like you express it now, because y-
Wow, that's tough, isn't it?
yes, it's good conversation. Thanks,
No, it
Alex.
is good, and it's a bit more challenging. I'm going to add a bit more role playing to this class in the second and third rounds. Something to show you guys here. Here's another example. See, drug companies will always come up with excuses as to why they have to do things the way they do. Well, here's a drug that has two prices, a Canadian price and a US price. You would think it would cost more in Canada, but it costs about 6 times more in the US. Why? Well, I'd chalk it up to greed, to be honest with you. And I think that's what happens in a lot of these cases. So, looking here at this image, it kind of feeds into our conversation. Now, I'm going to give Francisco and Renee 5 minutes. And I want you guys to do the same thing. I want one of you to be the protagonist and one to be the antagonist. Okay? I'll let you guys decide who. Go ahead, please. You have 5 minutes.
Hi, Renee.
Hi.
I'm going to be the victim, right?
Okay.
Okay, we are in an interview too. Okay, Mr. Well, sorry, Renee, why are you increasing this medication? Why are you storing this medication?
Because we have our policy. So and there are a lot of costs when we producing these drugs. So we need to balance our income and outcome. So that's why we need to increase the price.
Okay, but I think that's unfair because most of the people we don't have access to this kind of drugs because of their high prices. Uh, is there I think there is no control on prices for these medications, but do you have any medication a little lower with a lower price?
Uh, you can go to other country, and the price is different there.
Okay, so I have to go to another country to get a better price for these medications. But what about if I have a disease, I'm suffering, I can move, I can travel. I think this is unfair. Why did you decide to increase this amount?
Oh, I'm sorry about that. But the whole market is just uh, play with this way. So not only us, every company in the U.S. Uh, we have the same decision, like the price, and we have to include all the cost. So unfortunately, it's what happened in the U.S. right now. So I'm sorry about that.
Okay, I understand that, but I can afford this kind of medications with its highly cost. Uh, I don't know. Maybe the government can do something, but uh, well, in this moment that you are informing me, well, I'm asking you to decrease the price because most in this country, most of the people uh, are poor, so
Mm,
they can have access to this kind of medications. Uh, is there any medication similar to this one?
I'm sorry. You mean is there any what?
Yeah, is there any substitute for this kind of
Um,
medication?
um, because we can't provide the other substitute here. Maybe you can search, but here we have our own policy, and that's not the the decision we can make. So that's very complicated here. So maybe you can find other solution by yourself, and maybe you can find some other substitute. Yeah, sorry.
Well, but I have asked a lot of doctors, and they said the only medication to fight against toxoplasmosis this pill. So I can't find any other substitute for my disease. What can I do? I'm a little desperate. What can I do?
Um, maybe you can looking for other help, maybe some other financial help, because here we can only decide this price. So there is nothing we can help right now. Sorry about that. Yeah.
Okay, is this well? I think this medication is too high for me. So
Yeah.
I'm going to put a demand. I'm going to put a demand.
Yeah. Sorry about that.
I can afford it.
I think Francisco, you would have been tougher as the bad guy. I think Renee wanted to be the good girl. You know what, guys? It's interesting. The video that we watched at the beginning of class, the guy was very honest and upfront. He wasn't hiding behind anything. But I do sense something a little sinister here. I mean, that's great that you can find a cure for something like hepatitis, but for many people, they just can't afford it. They will die because they can't afford the medicine. Yes, it is expensive for some drugs, and companies need to make back their money. Here in Canada, there are drug plans, and if you can't afford certain things, the government will sponsor certain drugs. But even the government is saying, you know what, we're not paying that much money for that drug. It's too expensive. So even governments are saying these rates that companies are charging are way too much. So it does affect things. So I picked up a couple of different conversations tonight. Obviously tonight we were talking about drug costs. I want to hear a couple of things. I'm going to give you guys each a minute to wrap up, and I want you to tell me one of two things. One, why you liked this topic, or two, what topic you would like me to discuss tomorrow night. So let's start with Renee. Go ahead, please.
Yes. I like this topic because I never thought about the drug price, and yeah, and I like to talk about something about news like this. Yeah, similar topic it would be great.
Okay, terrific. And I don't book my classes weeks in advance. Usually I book them on the same day that I'm teaching them, so always keep an eye. I usually do teach in this time slot. All right. Thank you, Renee.
Okay.
Francisco,
Okay. Okay.
what your thoughts?
Yes, sure. I like it very much. Well, the same as Renee. I never thought that this medication had this huge cost. So, well, I think for your next lesson, yeah, we can watch some videos, maybe discuss the problems that we are living, the problems that we are facing.
Hmm. What kind of problems?
Well, obviously, actual problems. I don't know, maybe like diseases, AIDS, or I don't know. Um, I don't know. Maybe someday talk about politics. I don't know.
We
Yeah.
did that last week. We were talking about Donald Trump.
Yeah, yeah. He's he's the news right now. Yeah.
Yes, he is. All right, well, that's certainly good feedback, so I'll consider that. Usually what I do is I will wait for the day off or a day before, and I'll find something. Now today I wasn't sure what to do when I booked the class, so I just waited till I came home. I scanned a few things on the news, and I thought these would be perfect topics.
Yes.
All right, Asma, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I like it, the video, because for me sometimes to listen is challenging a little bit, and it's a quick interview, and we can after that discuss this topic. And for me, this is the first time that I have discussed this kind of problem or of issue. For the next topic, I like to discuss the many people said, or many research said, that the agriculture product will be um, very high, means prices will be increased, and because many people don't like to work at farm. So I don't know if we can discuss something like this. Means really we will have starvation or not, like some movies said, you know, something like
Okay. Well, I've made note of it, so I will incorporate that one. Um, I'll probably be teaching 2 classes again tomorrow. Stay tuned. You'll know probably in about 12 hours if I broadcast, and I'll send you guys a message too. All right, thank you very much. And AMP, your thoughts?
Well, I like the way that we are developing this class with the video first, because it's not the same when we are listening to you that we already know your tone and you. But it's different when you are listening to the news that is real, the speed that you have, the pace that the people have, and in different accents. And it's a little challenging try to understand everything, but well, the principal idea is there. No details maybe, sometimes it could be really fast, but it's a good training for us, I think. And then discuss about this subject, give us the opportunity to speak in. So I think it's a good combination. And now, well, have role plays is not a bad idea. What subject we can talk? Well, something related with the news. I think it is always a good to discuss. For example, Syrian people coming to your country. For example, it could be, yeah. What is the reaction of people there, and what advantage, disadvantage for those people and for people living in your country.
Yeah, because I imagine that's not just news in my country, but is news in your country too, that we're taking a lot. When a lot of countries are saying no Muslims or no people from
Exactly.
Syria, we're saying, sure, yeah, we can fit 25,000.
Mhm. Yep.
Okay, so that's 2 possible topics for tomorrow then. Um, Canadian
teacher.
response to Syrians.
Yeah, excuse me. Yeah, we talk about prices and raising prices. So I would like you to decrease a little bit your prices of teaching or giving private session, because
Well,
yeah,
one
last
of the
time.
reasons I keep them high is I actually prefer doing group classes, and if I keep them high enough, then
Okay.
I don't get as many, but people are really serious. And to be honest too, if I was teaching in Canada, that's pretty well the standard rate, or even that's pretty cheap for here. So it's cheap for Europe. It's about fair price for the US and Canada, but I understand that in a lot of other countries that is very expensive.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah.
what I tend to do is because I have a young son, it's very hard for me to book ahead too far. And when I had my prices just a little bit lower, I was getting a lot of private sessions, and I couldn't always meet those times. So I'm a little bit more, I'm more in favor of the classes right now because of that. But you know what? If you're interested in booking a lot of classes with me, let me know, and I could probably reduce it a little bit. I could give you a coupon or something.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Thank you, teacher.
Okay, so class is pretty much over then. I am going to try to be back tomorrow at the exact same times, and I've got 2 topics that we could discuss at that point.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Okay,
Teacher.
thank you. Thank you
See
very
ya.
much.
Thanks, teacher.
Bye,
Nice
guys.
class.
Take care.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.